Hi students, we are continuing with the themes of the drama Tempest. The first theme that we discussed in the last video was the pursuit of power. I hope it is clear for all of you. Now we will see the next theme, sin, atonement and reconciliation. Such a theme is a common pattern in Shakespeare's last plays. It is usually given expression in the love story of the members of a younger generation who, in their innocence, cancel the betrayal of their elders. Thus is happy ending of the Shakespeare romances. It is a dramatic statement of the way in which the evil can be overcome by good. The theme of sin, atonement and reconciliation is seen through the play. The story of the Tempest tells us that Prospero, the Duke of Milan, allowed his dukedom to be usurped by his brother Antonio. This is starting point of the chain of events which last till end of the play. In the course of the play, Alonso suffers the loss of his son Ferdinand, and in his grief, he recalls his sin against Prospero, repents of it, and is reconciled with Prospero. He has atoned for the evil he has done. The reconciliation is cemented by a marriage of Ferdinand to Prospero's daughter Miranda. So through the drama we can see the people have made a mistake and they understand the mistake, and finally they reconcile, they ask pardon. Reconciliation means that they solve the issue. Here the sin is Antonio, the Prospero's brother, had thrown him out from the Duke of Milan, and he has sent him to an island. And who helped for it? Alonso, the king of Naples, helped for it. So both of them had made a mistake, or both of them sinned. Okay. Now what is atonement? They understand their sin, they understand their mistake, and they feel sorry about it. That is atonement. The feeling of sorry about one's mistake is called atonement. When they reached in the island, they understand that their mistakes, the mistakes or sin that they have done in their past life, is giving them the answers in another way, is repaying them in another way. So they think about their mistake and they repent about their mistake. They feel sorry about. So by the end, they reconcile, they join together. The issue between Prospero and the King of Naples and Antonio, it solves there. They became again good friends, and by the end it is said how this friendship is again cemented and how this friendship became again strong with the marriage of Ferdinand and Miranda. So throughout the play we can see the theme, the sin, and it is not only in the beginning. In between, Caliban, Stefano, Trinculo, and they plan to sin. What? They want to kill Prospero. And what the others? Sebastian, Antonio, they are planning to kill Alonso. So again, it is a continued temptations are there to sin. There are temptations to sin. So the drama gives the theme that human life always offers temptation to sin, to do mistake. But when it is solved, or when that it is forgiven by God or by people, once you are ready to repent, to feel sorry about the mistake, then the people forgive you. That is the complete content or theme of the complete drama. Then the next theme, what is mentioned in the drama, is contrast between nature and society. One of the most pervasive themes of the Tempest is a contrast between nature and society. Caliban is the central figure here. Caliban's name is probably an anagram of cannibal. The conventional Renaissance view that society is, by definition, good. But the man outside of society in his natural state is bad. For the orthodox Renaissance thinker, society with its rules and hierarchical order was a divine creation. It is this notion of the divine order in the society that lies behind Shakespeare's historical plays and also behind the historical doctrine of the divine rights of king. That is, since society was a divinely created organism, those who in the uncivilized state are hardly better than the beast. It was commonly held for much inhumanity shown to the natives of Africa and the New World by the Elizabethan explorers. So here Shakespeare gives another idea. If you want to be civilized, if you want to be a good moral person, what you have to be? You have to live in the society. And he speaks through the drama that society is made by God. The social order in the society, even the king, nobles, all those social order, the social classification in the society is created by God. And see, these are civilized people. And at the same time, Caliban is not a person who lives in the society. Caliban lives in the island. He is alone. So he is uncivilized. He does not know how to behave. He does not know how to live with the people. Only what comes in his mind, only evil comes in his mind. And even Shakespeare indirectly says the contrast. Even the people, those who are in a civilized society, they have the same feeling. They have the same feeling. They are also doing mistakes. So mistake does not have any civilized or uncivilized. Okay, mistake does not have any civilized man or uncivilized man. But even he gives higher quality to the society. Better you live in the society. That gives you a better options to live properly. This is the contrast between the nature and the society. Okay, clear? I hope it is clear, the contrast between nature and the society. Then the next theme, illusion and reality. So you know the complete drama from the beginning till the end, it is an illusion made by Prospero. At the same time, reality is there. It's both mixed up of illusion and reality. What they see and what they feel is an illusion. But the Prospero, Miranda and all are, and what happened is reality. Clear? The people are, and some incidents, the storm, the tempest, or the thunder, or the banquet, or the mask. There are a number of things in the drama what is illusion. But the people, Prospero, Miranda and the island and all the other, Alonso, Sebastian, Nicola, Stefano, all the other reality. Another theme which runs through the play is that illusion versus reality. The opening scene portrays the violent storm which appears the place to place the ship in the grave danger. The reality of the situation is that there is no danger from the storm at all. So the first scene itself, the tempest causes the ship harms. But in reality, by the end we can understand that there is no harm to the ship. All are safe. The ship is safe. The boatswains are safe. The sailors are safe. The people, those who are there in the ship, all are safe. No harm. It is a feeling what they have. It is an illusion. They are in the storm. Okay. The king is separated from his son, and each suppose the other has drowned. Ariel's song to Ferdinand about his father seemed to state that king has drowned, but the reality indicates that he is alive and transformed to a better state. See, all what they feel in the drama, the characters feel, the nature makes, all those are illusion. It's by magic. You know what is the meaning of illusion, no? Something what is appearing before us, we feel it as real, but it is not real. What is not real but appears to be real is illusion. Okay. Example, the magic. The magicians, what they show, we feel it as real, but it is not real. That is illusion. Okay. Then second, Sebastian and Antonio show that they are loyal to Alonso, while in fact they are plotting against his life. And in life there is an illusion. What is that illusion? The Sebastian and Antonio, when they get a chance to make a plot against Antonio, they make it. They plan to kill. But when they come in front of Alonso, they feel to be loyal, or they pretend to be loyal. They act like they are loyal and faithful. Antonio himself is the only illusory duke, as he has stolen his offices and does not possess by the divine right. Caliban worships Stefano as a god, although Stefano's power is no more than a drunken illusion. Okay. At the same time, he spurns Prospero, who is the real controller of his fate. So here see again a contrast. Caliban, he is adoring Stefano as a god. He does not have even any power in the island. Only he is a drunken person. At the same time, who is his authority? Caliban's. Caliban's real authority is Prospero. He is not ready to accept him. This is the opposite, the contrast. Okay. In a note, it is noteworthy that what happens on this island is an illusion which returns all the characters to reality. And here in this drama, why this Shakespeare uses illusion? It is to make them understand the reality. It is to make them understand the characters, what is real. Each is returned to his proper position and is restored through magic and drama. To make them understand what really they are, or what the sin, what the mistakes they have done, he is using, or to understand about to make them understand about the reality. What the real is. Prospero is, or the main character Prospero is using his magical powers, his illusion. He is making use this illusion to make them understand what the reality is. So these are the main themes. Already we are completing here the themes. Okay. Once again we will say the first theme, what it was, the pursuit of power. Okay. Second one, sin, atonement and reconciliation. Contrast between nature and society, and illusion versus reality. These are the main themes of drama Tempest. Okay. The questions will be asked based on this. Clear? I hope it is clear. If there is any doubt, we will clear. Even when the school session begins, we can clear the doubts, or you can comment about it. Okay. Thank you.